Hi, everyone, and welcome to VR for Work. It's December 31st, the end of the year show, the first year, full year for VR for Work. And what a year it's been. Certainly one of a lot of personal and social challenges, but also challenges that were met with high expectation and opportunity for the immersive industry in spatial computing and VR. And so definitely a mixed bag, but now we're heading into 2021, and I can't wait to see what's in store for us. And so today we're going to take a look at a new platform that's still very much in the development stage, that's actually brought to us from an incumbent or a very well-known platform that we've covered here on VR for Work called Virbela. Now, if you follow the show, you may have seen that episode. And the platform we're talking about today, Frame, is actually brought to us by Virbela. And if you're used to the Virbela icon and color scheme, you'll notice this graphic here looks very familiar. So let's jump in and talk about Frame. Okay, so what is Frame? Frame's a 3D collaboration and creation tool that allows people to come together in an immersive space they have created. So that's key here. It's the ability to take these pre-made environments and populate and customize them as you want. So you can create new spatial presentations and places that have your content in them, right? Photospheres, 3D models, and more, and we'll cover all that. Frame works from a browser and desktop, mobile, and VR. So you can absolutely see the genesis of this platform out of Virbela, which is very much geared towards desktop utilization while it accommodates VR. I think Frame is that effort to be more VR centric, but certainly still has its start off and utility very much at the desktop level. And if you go to their website and you scroll to the bottom, you'll see Frame is a beta product from Virbela. Makes it easy to communicate and collaborate in 3D environments right from the web browser. So what is this? So in my mind, these are immersive spaces designed and populated by you through the desktop interface, and then joined on desktop or in VR as shared experiences. So I think that's what's very different here than in Virbela, which is a very stock pre-made environment that allows you to kind of bring in screens and some minimal content for presentation. This allows you to make that environment very much your own. So what platforms does Frame run on? Well, it's WebXR, right? So it's going to run in modern desktop browsers, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Edge, Chromium. It's going to run on modern mobile browsers, Android, iPhone, Chromebooks, iPads, things like that. And then in your VR headset, certainly PC VR, so in your Index, in your Rift, in your Windows Mixed Reality, you're going to connect to your desktop, fire up one of the browsers that we've talked about before and drop into an immersive session, or in your Oculus Quest headset, the mobile tetherless headset, you're just going to fire up the Oculus browser, type in the URL, and boom, you're in. And in fact, the demo loop that we're going to show you here in a bit was filmed in the Oculus browser. And so who is Frame for? Who uses Frame? Well, certainly immersive VR enthusiasts and business users who want to design and customize their own spaces for immersive meeting, collaboration, training, and presentations using no programming. So this is a no program environment. A lot of drag and drop manipulation and using your creativity kind of on the frame or right in the environment that they give you. And I think this idea of a frame, like a picture frame, that's a blank canvas, and you only have the boundaries of the box that you're in. And other than that, you can populate it and design it as you want. So how do you use it? Well, at its very simplest foundational level, you're going to select one of the available frames. I want to say there's maybe half a dozen. You know, you're going to have a gallery, which we're going to show you here in a minute, an office space, an auditorium, maybe a couple of others. And they're continuing to build this and develop it, right? So they'll be adding more all the time. You take that container and then you populate it, right? You add images, videos, PDFs, audio, streaming screens, whiteboards, 3D models, 360 images and videos. And again, we're going to give you a look-see at all of that. And so what benefits do you get by using it? Well, right now, Frame is free. So if you go to framevr.io, sign up, you get an account. They have a great set of tutorials to walk you through the process, and then you can have at it. You have these frames, right? These spaces, and then you can go in and experiment, set up spaces and places to arrange gatherings and have drop-ins. And again, I'll give you an example of one of the things I did for VR for Work and kind of what I'm thinking about elaborating on over time and making available for the public as another option to come and view VR for Work content. And then you can have total control and customization over the frame and then grow and learn as the platform evolves. So again, this is not a product that's out there for sale that, you know, they're looking to have you sign up for a membership. Now, this is very much in, hey, come jump in, give us feedback, use the platform, and then I think we'll see how it goes. I can't help but think from a business perspective that Virbela would like to see this evolve into, certainly a business use case, but just don't know yet. All right, so let's jump in. So here's, you go to framevr.io, see the URL at the top of the screen. This is what you'll come into. And so your introduction to Frame is actually a frame. And you get this box right here that kind of shows you how to move around. And if you've done any gaming in your life, right, you should be used to moving around in a 3D space. You're going to do the same thing here. You've got your WASD keys that move you in that forward, backward, side, side, and then your mouse key that can rotate you around and rotate your view. And so keep doing this. Let's go back here again, start this. All right, here we are. And so where you can use your arrow keys forward, backward, side, side, and move around. And so you can see that they've set this small gallery up. And this is this frame that I use that I'll show you, I designed in a minute, to kind of introduce you to Frame and how it works. You can see kind of getting used to the movement, WASD, forward, back, mouse side to side, up and down, and then I can move, and then I can actually go through and learn, well, what is Frame, why Frame, who do I contact at Frame, and all this is here. You've got this looping video on the monitor in front of you, and then along the right-hand side of your screen, you have kind of your menu, your panel that you actually manage and control your frames in. So you can see that you can have an inventory, and again, this is all at no cost at this moment for you to just go in and use. So, and I'm sure the developers in the back end are kind of monitoring and collecting information about how it's used. But you can see that I have my profile, an inventory of my content, my frames, and how to. Now, right now, I've selected the frames item, and you can see I have 3 frames down here. I'm going to select the one frame, and that gives me this URL. Right, framevr.io/vr-for-work, and I'm using the gallery environment. I could drop that down and get some of the other ones, and boom, I'm going to go in. Now, here I am again. I picked the small gallery, so that's the environment I was in, and I've populated the gallery with some of my content. And so you can see over here on the right-hand side, I'm also in on my headset. So that's why you see that avatar, the Rick avatar over there on the one side. And then over here on the left, you see this tree that I've put in the middle of the there was an atrium as part of this gallery, kind of this opening to the sky. So I wanted to put a tree there. And I searched for a 3D object, dropped it in, sized it, put it in the right spot, boom. Done. And then all along the various gallery walls, what I took my VR for Work presentations, I stripped out the video and just converted them to PDFs really quick. Really not really tailor-made for this kind of presentation, but again, it was an experiment I was doing, right? I just wanted to see what this would turn out. And actually, I want to go back and actually do this correctly and put a URL out there that people could drop in and see. Now, this far wall, I've got a graphic, I've got a whiteboard, and I've got a looping video that I recorded, kind of a welcome video for people who might come to the room. And that all just sits here, and that URL is available for people to come in 24 hours a day and drop it and see. Now, I've gone into my menu on the right-hand panel here, and I put on edit mode, right? Edit mode on, edit mode off. And then here are all the content. Pause this real quick. And this is the content that I am able to add to my frame, right? Image, 360 video, PDF, regular video, MP4, 360 video, audio. I can have an audio icon that's in the room that people could click on, and that could be a welcome. A streaming screen will demonstrate that, a whiteboard, and a 3D model. We've kind of almost added all of these items here in the room. And when you click on scenes, rooms can even actually have scenes. So I could span multiple small galleries, maybe it's by theme, right? I could have a gallery that's training and education, gallery that's personal productivity, and a gallery that's meeting and collaboration maybe, right? You could go into the gallery that most suits you. But as I pick one of these items that I want to add, I'm able to, I click the how-to here. They have a great tutorial and training section that's available for you on their framevr.io site. And, you can go search for tutorials and learn how to all do. I did all this in a morning. And so here, you know, if I'm going to add an image or I'm going to add a PDF or a video, you know, it's a file picker, and then you go pick it off your device or the cloud, drop it in the room, you manipulate it around, and you know, in this case, I put them against the wall, size them, put the right header graphic on top. And these are active PDFs, so the arrows will kind of page you through each page of the PDF. Now, you don't get a lot of different file types, but many of the meeting and collab sites are actually limited at this stage to PDFs. That has become kind of the default document image type that's available. Hopefully, they'll start to expand into some native other file types like Google Docs and Microsoft Office Docs, but right now it's pretty much PDF. And here's an example of the avatars. You can see that you know, a lot of the meeting and collab sites right now are big into, hey, we're going to give you the fanciest, nicest, photographically rendered avatar we can. This is definitely low poly. Let's see, you're got light skin tone, bald head, gray beard. Here you are. Okay. And now in this case, I took the large screen at the end of the room and I'm firing up a screen share. And in this case, I'm going to share my camera, and my apologies, I didn't have my Lumi up and running at the time I was recording this. So you're seeing me fire off, loading up Lumi. And as soon as I get that going, the camera will actually come on, and I'll be broadcasting this live from my desktop into the space. So if there were folks in here, a group that had been in, and I'm going to say, hey, at a certain time, I'm going to join the room and I'm going to talk you through the presentations that you're looking at in the VR for Work gallery. Thanks for coming, right? So this is live from my desktop that I'm recording. And the plants at the end of the room, again, other 3D objects that I've added. And again, I just searched and boom, found the ones I wanted, dropped them in, sized them, placed them, and there you go. So again, you can see the customization that this lends itself to. Looks like I'm trying to sing to the audience in the room and why the room is so empty, perhaps. So anyway, hopefully this gives you a sense of what you can do in terms of customizing and the type of content and objects that you're easily able to bring in. Now I'm going to jump in, and now I'm in my Oculus headset, and I'm actually in the Oculus main menu, and I've got the browser, Oculus browser here up in front of me, and I've typed in my framevr.io/VR for work URL, and I'm going to click connect. And when I do, you'll notice in the browser window in the lower right-hand corner, it says VR. I click that, and I'll be in a fully immersive session in VR. Now I have free locomotion. Now there's 2 RICs that are joining. And what I'm doing now is actually streaming from my desktop a video from YouTube. I think it was YouTube. I can't remember. I think it is YouTube. Yeah, so it's one of the VR for work videos from YouTube into the room. Again, just as a demonstration. And again, now I kind of have this free locomotion. I can use my controller, pull the trigger with the laser pointer to navigate through the PDFs. This is just kind of walking through, experimenting, flipping through the documents. I was kind of looking at the visual fidelity, which is more than adequate, based on being able to size these things pretty large. We can walk up to the whiteboard that I set in the room, which is kind of a neat little feature. People can come in and sign in or do some graffiti or, leave their own mark on the room if you want, and then save it for you to come in and actually see later. So, obviously Rick was here. Okay. Well, at least it's not tic-tac-toe, which is another default. I've got a video that's running, looping in the room. So anybody that comes in, this is just running there 24 hours a day. Toggle video on, it's kind of welcome to the VR for Work gallery, and toggle it off, and look at some more PDFs. So, and again, this literally took me a morning of kind of looking at a few of the tutorials, dropping some things in the room, moving things out. Once you kind of get how to navigate and move the 3D objects in the 3D space, you're set, you're ready. Then it's just a matter of how do you want the room to look? What is your theme and what kind of content do you want to put in? Now, when you are in VR, you can see you have this little menu here in front of you, kind of floats at your waist. A couple of little things, a laser pointer, turn your mic on or off. There is an edit function that's pretty minimal. You are going to do your editing on the desktop. You are not going to edit in VR much at all. You can do some minimal, maybe moving things around, but not that you want to do much beyond that. It's just you don't have the tool sets that you have on the desktop. Okay, so there's Frame, and here's the end of 2020. Again, a lot of challenges this past year, but in it, a lot of opportunity. And that leaves me very optimistic. And I look forward to what is going to be happening in the immersive communities in XR in 2021. And I found this quote by Robert Frost very appropriate. The best way out is always through. And so we've gotten through 2020 and we're heading into 2021. And guess what? The only way through 2021 is to go through it. So I'll be here with you. I hope you'll stop by and share some of your time with us. And we'll certainly share with you what we find out there in the immersive technology world related to work, related to productivity, training, education, meeting, and collaboration. We'll be here for you. So thank you again for joining, and we'll see you in the metaverse. Bye now.